In the following activity, I will demonstrate how to create input components utilizing the attributes and help sections within the input components. Now on the BoomiFlow build canvas, we're going to click on the Employee App Page tab to return to our page layout. Then click in the main container here. This will reveal the settings, and we're going to add a new container, so we're going to click on the green button here. And then we're going to name this new container contact information. So we're going to enter contact information here in the name text box. And then click on Save Container. And then we see that we have our new container, so we're going to click on the disk icon to save our changes. Then we want to click in the contact information container. And we see our settings here, so we're going to add another container within this container. And we're going to name this container Phone. Click on Save Container, and then add another container. We're going to name this container Email. Clicking on Save Container, and then we can save our changes by clicking on the disk icon. And if we hover over the drop down for rows, we're going to change the orientation of our containers to columns. And again, we can click on the disk icon to save our changes. Then we're going to locate the input component on the left-hand toolbar again, and we're going to place an input component in our phone container. We can see that the phone container is shaded purple, so we're going to let that go here. And then in the name and label text boxes, we're going to enter the word phone, and then tick the box for required. And then we're going to click on select or create a new value. And we're going to click on Create a New Value. And then in the name text box, we're going to enter the word Phone. And then click on Save. And then next we're going to click on Plus New Attribute. And then here in the key for the attribute, we're going to enter the word Mask. So then within the value for the attribute text box, we're going to enter a standard US phone number format. And by doing that, we're going to enter a parenthesis, then the digit 111, close the parentheses, space 111, space hyphen, space 1111. And I'll enter that now to show you. So the digits that you should enter should look like this in this text box. And then we'll click on Apply Attribute. And then we can save the component. And now we see our phone input. We can click on the disk icon to save the changes that we've made. Then we're going to drag another input component, placing it in our email container. And we're going to name this Email in the name and label text boxes. Tick the box for required, and then click on Select or Create a New Value. We're going to click on Create a New Value. Then we're going to enter Email in the name text box. Click on Save. Then we can click in the Help section, and we're going to click in the hint value to help the user text box. And here we're going to enter example@email.com. So when the user is viewing the app, they'll have this hint for how they should compose their email entry. We can click on Save Component, and then click on the disk icon to save. And now you can see how our contact information container should look with our phone and email containers and input components. Then we're going to click on the Flow tab to return to the build canvas. Click on the Publish icon. And in the text box, we're going to enter BoomiFlow-page element-contact information added. And then we can click on the green Publish button. So our flow's been published successfully, so we can click on Run. And then the app should open in another browser tab. We can click on Let's Get Started. And here we can see our new components that we've created for phone and email. So we can try just entering a number here to make sure that the input components are working properly. And you can see that if I just enter 3s, the number is shown here in the format for a phone. And here I could enter an email. So we can see that everything is working properly. The salutation also is working. And if I wanted to check that the inputs for my first name and last name are still working correctly, we can now see that all of our components are working properly in our app, and our page is starting to come together with the layout that we've been building. So now everything's working correctly. We're going to close out of this to return to the platform. And then we can close our Publish Flow window. And now we're back on the BoomiFlow build canvas. And that brings us to the end of Activity 7. Now you may take approximately 10 minutes to complete Activity 7 using your activity guide and referencing pages 56 through 60.